first round of the NBA playoffs is officially over, and we had some really good series. The Knicks vs 76ers series was absolutely electric. Some series shocked a ton of people, like the Timberwolves versus Suns series. I don't think anyone expected the Wolves to sweep KD, Book, and the Suns that easily. We had one Game 7 between the Cavs and the Magic in a series that it felt like the NBA didn't give a shit about. I mean, seriously, a 1 p.m. Eastern Game 7? That's insane to me. We saw some unfortunate injuries that left teams without their best players. The Clippers put up a fight against the Mavs but couldn't get it done without Kawhi Leonard, and the Bucks tried their best against the Pacers, but with injuries to Dame and Giannis, they were hopeless. The Thunder easily took care of a Zion-less Pelicans team, and the Nuggets nearly swept the Lakers for a second year in a row. Of course, the Celtics dominated the Miami Heat, who were without Jimmy Butler, but now we're into a new round, the second round, where we have all new matchups. Today, I'm going to be talking about the second round and my predictions for the second round. In the first round, we had some pretty good series, as I just explained. I was 5 for 8. Two of the series that I got wrong, though, had injuries. I got wrong the Clippers-Mavs series, which I kind of expected Kawhi would return. He really didn't play in that series. I think he played like 12 minutes or something like that. So I got that one wrong. And then I also got Bucks-Pacers wrong. I had Bucks winning in 7. Giannis didn't even play a single game, and then Dame got hurt. So that's kind of unpredictable. Now, the one that I got just really wrong, that a lot of people also got wrong, was Timberwolves Suns. I had Suns winning in 7. I didn't feel great about it, and hindsight is 2020. Like, when I really sit back and like think like, why did I do that? I have no clue. It just kind of feels like a lot of people gave this Suns team with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, they just kind of gave them not the edge, but they kind of had hope. They kind of just held out hope, even though they didn't look great this year. They were just like, you know what? It's KD, it's Book. That's at least how I felt. I was like, I'm gonna say they get it done, even though they weren't the favorite. They were underdogs going into that series. I was like, you know what? Let me trust in KD, and that was very wrong. If you guys haven't, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We just hit 2,000 subscribers off my last video, so I have to thank y'all for that. But without further ado, let's get into the predictions. So let's start off in the Western Conference with the Mavs Thunder series. Obviously, Timberwolves Nuggets started early, so we already know the Timberwolves are up 1-0 in that series. Mavs Thunder. This series is going to be extremely interesting because it's kind of like we got two of these younger teams. The Thunder, the youngest 1 seed ever, and then you got the Mavs led by Luka, who's what, 24? I think he might have just turned 25, something like that. And in my opinion, I don't even think Luka had the best of first rounds. I think he was sick, injured. I don't know. Some people say he was lying about that, but I think he didn't even have the best of first rounds for his standards. So I do think he's going to take it up a notch, whatever, turn it up a notch in this second round and play even better. The main thing that I want to see is how can the Mavs contain Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in this matchup. This season, the Thunder were 3rd offensively and 4th defensively. Just a really good, solid, well-rounded team. They went out and swept the Pelicans in the first round. So now I think this is a true test. The Pelicans were without Zion. That was a solid team, but not much of a test for a 1 seed. Now you got the Mavs with Luka and Kyrie, who are just absolutely dynamic. They're pretty much going to give you 60 points at least every single game combined. Before I even make a pick, I just want to say, coming into this, I have no pre-made up decisions in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of just thinking about this on the fly. And so game 1, we're in OKC. I'm gonna go ahead and give the Thunder the game 1 win. I think the Mavs might have to just adjust. I mean, obviously they're gonna be game planning for the series and they're gonna know what they're getting themselves into or whatever, but I think the Thunder's defense just might come out strong, and I think it's gonna be a little bit too much for this Mavs team to handle. Another thing is I kind of like the Thunder's role players just a little bit more. I think they're a more complete team than the Mavs. Obviously up top, you got Luka and Kyrie, compared to the Thunder, where I think most people would just say they have Shai as like star type players. But as a team, like as a whole, the Thunder have SGA. They got Chet Holmgren, who's gonna man down the paint, and then their defense is just so good. Shai is an excellent defender, one of the best guard defenders in the league. Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, insane defense. Chet Holmgren, really good. Like, they are from top to bottom a great defensive team. I'm not saying the Mavs aren't, because the pickup of Daniel Gafford was great for them, but PJ Washington is going to be a huge factor in this series. Remember me saying this, because in the first series, he was a pretty big factor, and it's gonna be that way again, because it's really the role players that end up winning series for teams in the playoffs. And so we're gonna have to see, do the Mavs have those type of role players? Let's go 1-1. I think this series is going to be really good. Like, it's not going to be a 4-0 or a 4-1. It's going to go pretty deep here. Now we go to Dallas Game 1 in Dallas. I'm going to say the Thunder take it. Then we go 2-2 back to OKC. And we're going to say that it goes Game 7. Now, I just want to add this into the video because this is maybe the toughest series for me. This, and I think Timberwolves Nuggets is going to be very, very tough. But man, I just feel like I can easily be wrong with my pick here. And I don't want to be wrong. Coming into this, I was thinking Mavs. My heart kind of tells me the Mavs are going to win. My heart kind of tells me trust in Luka. But the Thunder as a whole, they just seem like the better team. And I know they're young. The Mavs are pretty young too. But defensively, they're crazy. They really, and offensively too. Third best offense this year. I'm going to give the OKC Thunder the win, and I do not feel great about it. That's the same thing that I said when I had the Suns advancing. A lot of people said the same thing. They didn't feel great about it because I just sensed this thing with Luka, and I know he's going to have a great career. He's going to go on deep playoff runs a lot. I just sense that he has this it factor about him. And if this goes Game 7, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel great about it. I don't, but I'm going to move on the Thunder just on the sole fact that they are the better, more complete team. And I think, I'm not going to say they're going to give him hell, because how do you really stop Luka Doncic? You really are not. He's going to average just pretty much a triple-double in this series. But defensively, they are complete. They are complete. There's pretty much no holes on this team defensively and even offensively. So like one question mark is like Josh Giddey shooting. That's been a little bit improved of lately, but still, even offensively, they have pretty much no holes. Next up, we have Timberwolves Nuggets. And again, this series started early, so we already know the Timberwolves are up 1-0. Anthony Edwards had 43 points in Game 1. Jokic had like 32, but the T-Wolves won like 106-99 or something like that. They had like a 7-point win. Anthony Edwards went off. Now, the thing with the series is how many games is Anthony Edwards going to go off? Because that's a big factor. Is he going to be having a series like Jalen Brunson just had for the Knicks in the first round, where he's pretty much putting up 40 every single night? Because if he is, I mean, okay, that's a little crazy, because it's the reigning champs. But you know what I'm saying? We could see the Timberwolves win in 6 or maybe 5, maybe even sweep. I mean, they're 5-0 in the playoffs right now. I doubt they sweep. I doubt they do. But Game 2 is tonight. Shit, it probably already happened by the time you're seeing this video. I'm going to be going with the Nuggets to bounce back. I just believe in them, their experience. I think their coaching is great with Malone, and I just think that they're going to fight back. I do. It's in Denver too. You got to win this. I mean, if they go down 0-2 at home, then they go to Minnesota. I mean, I'm not going to say the series is clipped at that point, but that's crazy. I really expect the Nuggets to win tonight, and if they don't, I mean, shit, Anthony Edwards might have gave them 50. And maybe that does happen, but I'm going to trust in the Nuggets to even up the series 1-1. Now they go to Minnesota. Nuggets have a little bit of momentum. It is Minnesota though. I think Minnesota is kind of a tougher place to play. We are going to go with the Nuggets here on the road. Something that I also did notice in Game 1 is that Jokic took, I believe, 9 3-pointers. Maybe it was 10. And he never does that. All season, that has never happened. Regular season, postseason, that has never happened. So I kind of think the Nuggets are going to see that happened, and they're going to, you know, have him shooting less threes. And I think they're going to be, you know, more in the post with him, because I just think that's a little unacceptable. I know he's an okay 3-point shooter, but when you're the best player in the world, just working out of that post, you know, whether it's dishing to Aaron Gordon, the dunker spot, kicking it out to someone for 3 when they send a double, or just backing down. I know it's Depoy Rudy, but we saw in Game 1, Jokic had his moments where he just scored on Rudy, like he just took him. You know what I'm saying? I think we could expect more of that moving forward in the series, rather than Jokic just chucking up threes, which of course they go in sometimes. But we're going to go Nuggets 2-1 here. Then we're going to go Minnesota to get a win at home, because that would be kind of crazy if the Nuggets win both in Minnesota. It's possible. This is also possible right here. 3-1 Minnesota. Honestly, this is probably likely, but we're going to say the Nuggets take one in Minnesota. Back to Denver. Let's say the Timberwolves win it. They go back to Denver and they win it. It's 3-2 Timberwolves. Then we're going to go to Game 7, another one. The Western Conference series are the tougher series for me. So for that reason, we have 2 Game 7s out west, which would be absolutely electric. This would be fire. If y'all are watching right now, sub up, drop a like, shit, leave a comment if you want this to happen, because Mavs Thunder Game 7, T-Wolves Nuggets Game 7 would be crazy. Anthony Edwards, this is kind of off topic, but if he were to win it all this year, we've all been talking about who's going to be the new face of the league. You know, you got LeBron, KD, Curry, they're all kind of on their way out. and we're like, is it Luka? Is it Wemby? Is it Tatum? Is it Shea? There's all these guys. Anthony Edwards is going crazy right now. And if he were to win the NBA Finals, which, you know, you win this series, I'm not saying my pick yet, but if you win this series, you got a real good shot at, I'm not gonna lie, the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets. They got a really good shot of going all the way. Obviously, a lot of people like the Celtics out east, but the Nuggets are the team to beat. And if the Timberwolves can do it, if Anthony Edwards goes in this run, wins it all, shit, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I think Anthony Edwards will be the face of the league. So this is a big moment for him, his legacy. But same with Jokic, this game 7 would be crazy. And what I'm gonna do is trust in the Nuggets. I've been doing it all year. And I know it's going to be unpopular right now because they're down 1-0 to the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards is on this absolute tear, but I'm going to trust in the Nuggets. Hopefully they come through for me. I've been saying Jokic is inevitable. This Nuggets team, I think they're going to go back to back. Jokic is going to get the MVP, and they just find a way. They just do. Their starting 5 is so complete, quite possibly the most complete starting 5 in the entire NBA. Their depth is a little bit questionable for me. Christian Brown has not been great. Reggie Jackson, I don't know, but I'm going to trust the Nuggets. I don't feel great about it. I feel better about the Nuggets than this series because I really think we could see the Mavs go on. And so I have Thunder Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, but shit, bro, like we could have Mavs Timberwolves just as easily. These could really go either way, but we're going Thunder Nuggets. Now out east, I'm gonna go a little bit quicker through these because I think they're a little bit easier to pick. The Cavs are a team that I've been high on. I've been talking to some people, you know, that watch the NBA a lot, and they were low on them. If you guys, you know, watch 2K a lot, my 2K channel, you probably know Double H. I was talking to him. He was very high in the Magic. I've been high in the Magic too, but he had the Magic winning that last series. I had the Cavs. So we had like kind of two teams we were high on go up against each other. Cavs ended up winning game 7. I was saying there's no way Donovan Mitchell is going out like this to one of the youngest teams, a team with no playoff experience, led by Paolo and Franz. Great team, by the way, but the Cavs, D. Mitch, Garland, Mobley, Allen, Max Strus, they got, you know, Karis LeVert. They're a solid, deep team. And I will have the Celtics winning this series. I think it's just crazy to have the Cavs winning the series, but I think they could do it, but we're not doing that. But we're gonna honestly, yeah, no, we'll go 2-0 Celtics. We'll go 2-0 Celtics. We'll go Cavs winning this one, then Celtics. You know what? We'll go 6. We'll go 6 Celtics over Cavs because the Cavs, they just don't play how I feel like they should. Like when you look at the roster, you got your star in Donovan Mitchell, your leader, right? You got great guys around him. I just explained this. Garland hasn't even been playing great. I kind of expect more to him, but the paint, Jarrett Allen has been so good this year. Evan Mobley defensively and even offensively, he's been showing flashes. And then again, Max Strus, Karis LeVert, Okoro, Niang, you know what I'm saying? They got guys that have been there before. I'm not saying NBA Finals or nothing, but experienced guys, a deep roster. Those are the teams that usually do good in the playoffs. And so we'll go 6. We'll go Celtics in 6. Knicks Pacers. Now, the thing that's very interesting to me about this series is pace of play. The Pacers, I believe, are second in pace in the NBA this year, and the Knicks are dead last. They are a very, very slow team. The Pacers also a team that leads the NBA in assist to turnover ratio. The Knicks towards the bottom of that. So this Pacers team really could give this Knicks team hell. And so for game 1, I made picks on Underdog Fantasy like I usually do. If you follow me on Twitter, you know about that. And I have Brunson for under 36.5 points. Now this game is about to start, so this game's probably over by the time you're seeing this. Brunson probably dropped 50. I'm probably wrong. But my expectation is the Knicks are going to come into this series a little bit slow, or just, I feel like they're going to have to figure it out. It's a new team. It's a new series. Brunson was on this tear. He was just dropping 47, 41, 40, just going off. I think that they come in slow. Brunson's not going to have an insane first game. I'm probably wrong. He probably will. And we're going to go Pacers with the win in game 1, but then they bounce back and they take game 2. Now we're in Indy. Knicks have momentum. We're going to give them this game. Then we are going to have the Pacers win game 4. Back to the Garden. The Garden, by the way, is electric. We are going to go with the Knicks, and then it is game 6 in Indy. Knicks put it away and win in 6. So that sets up our conference finals. Nuggets versus Thunder. and Knicks versus Celtics. Now, something that I obviously am looking at and I see and that I don't really like, but we have a 2 seed and a 1 seed and a 2 seed and a 1 seed. Is that, I don't know if that matters. I don't know if it does. It's usually uncommon, but we're here and we got a chance at it, and I'm not going to care about the seeding. That's just how I feel that these series are going to go. And again, the West is very tough. We could easily see Mavs, Timberwolves, but this is how I went with it. Now that we got the second round predictions out of the way, I'm going to go a little bit faster through the third and the fourth round, the conference finals and the finals, because we don't even know if these matchups are going to happen. And if they do, or whatever matchups end up happening, I will drop videos breaking down the matchups and my predictions and all that. So make sure you're subbed up and turn on noties for when that happens. So let's start out West with the Nuggets and Thunder. I think that if this, like, shit, we saw it last year. Jokic, Bruce Brown, I think Malone even said it. Last year, the Nuggets' toughest matchup was their first round matchup against the Timberwolves. And so I think potentially it's the same thing this year. The Nuggets' toughest matchup could be the Timberwolves right here. Like, the Thunder are easier in my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree. When you got the Timberwolves of Rudy and Cat, they're a big team going up against Jokic, a big, you know what I'm saying? They match up great against the Nuggets, probably the best in the NBA. The Celtics have a shot at it, but Porzingis is banged up. Timberwolves might be the kryptonite for the Nuggets. They really might be. So maybe we get the Timberwolves advancing here, but Nuggets running the Thunder. They obviously have Chet down low, but I think this would be a lot easier for the Nuggets to win. And so I'll probably go Nuggets in 6 if this series happens, maybe even 5. I doubt it goes game 7, but I will have the Nuggets advancing to the finals. Now, Knicks Celtics is a series that I want to happen so badly, and I think it's likely, barring some catastrophic injury or some breakout from Tyrese Halliburton, start scoring 30. Like, he hasn't looked the same since his injury mid-season, but Knicks Celtics would be electric. You got the TD Garden, the Boston fans would be going crazy. You got Madison Square Garden, the Knicks fans, bro. Oh my God, like, this would be must-watch TV. I mean, this series would be good too, but Knicks Celtics would be crazy. Game 1 in Boston. Let's say that the Knicks come in, you know, they just came off a game 6 win. They have momentum. After beating the Pacers, they come into the TD Garden and upset it. Because I could just see that. I could just see, you know, I follow a lot of Knicks fans on Instagram and stuff. I could just see it like all over their stories. They're just going crazy. I can see it happening. Boston takes game 2. Then they go into Madison Square Garden and get that win right back. Now it's 2-2. I'm honestly going to say this goes 7. I don't know what way it gets there. You know, if it's like this or whatever. But we're going to say game 7 Knicks Celtics. And I will give it to the Celtics. But wow, game 7, don't give Brunson that opportunity. Don't. The Celtics, I know there's a lot of Celtics fans watching this. There's a lot of Celtics fans, just period, in the world. So I know a lot of y'all are watching this. The Celtics have been in the conference finals so many times, and they've choked a lot. They've gone on deep playoff runs, and they choke a lot. So shit, go game 7 against the Knicks. I don't think that's something y'all would like. You know what I'm saying? Try to finish them in 6 or something. 7 would be scary. And that sets up the inevitable matchup that I've just been talking about all year, and that is going to be the Nuggets and Celtics in the NBA Finals. And I don't think I'm going to be changing my pick that I've been on all year. Let's say that this series starts off the same as Nuggets Timberwolves did. You know, the Celtics come out hot. Nuggets, again, think they're really well coached and bounce back well a lot of the time. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to say Nuggets in 6. I'm going to say Nuggets in 6 in the finals. And so this is my new bracket. Let me move the face cam over. This is my updated bracket after the first round of the playoffs has concluded. Let me know in the comments, where do y'all think I went wrong again? A lot of those second round matchups are very, very tough. I think we're potentially going to see at least 2 game 7 series, which would be just fire. If you guys haven't, make sure to sub up. Been having a lot of fun on this channel. Turn on notice so you guys don't miss the next video. Click the video pop on your screen right here if you haven't seen it yet, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.